Today is a sad day. There's really no beating around the bush. There's no way around it. Yes, it is true. If you have been, living under a rock and somehow not seen this news yet, PlayStation has announced that starting January 2028, that they will no longer be making physical games. No more discs. Everything will be fully digital, which, is the way that we've slowly been trending. It's kind of stunk there for a while. I mean, you're talking about Nintendo introducing game key cards, a lot less physical copies being printed for years now, for all different systems, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, especially smaller like indie titles and stuff like that, third-party titles. A lot less copies being printed to sell physically. And now PlayStation finally cut the string and announced that they're no longer going to be making physical games, which really stinks, man. There's really no way around that. Stay tuned for the end of the video because there is something, I don't want to say something, a positive thing that comes out of this, but maybe just a little mindset shift that can give you guys a little bit more positivity rather than just thinking about and focusing on the negativity per se. So stay tuned to the end of this video. I would love to know your thoughts on this topic as well. I know everyone is posting about this, so I'll make this a pretty short video and just give you guys my clear thoughts. And again, I want to share with you guys something that I think I'm going to try and think about it in a certain way that is not all doom and gloom. But right now, it is kind of pretty much all doom and gloom. It stinks. And to be honest with you guys, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. Right now, I mean, so far, PlayStation's the only one that's announced this, but it's bound to be Xbox next. And then Nintendo, I think, has been doing pretty much the best when it comes to any of the major companies, game companies, that is dealing with this physical versus digital world. Moving forward, I think Nintendo's been very slowly rolling out, shifting to all digital. They are still having physical copies. There is still games coming out on Nintendo Switch that are fully on the cart, which is amazing. That's a fully physical game, which doesn't happen as much nowadays. There are still some games that happen on PlayStation 5, within the past couple years that is fully on the disc. So yeah, I do think that it's probably not going to get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better, if it gets better at all. But the thing that I really wanted to bring up to you guys, I'm a collector. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, you guys don't know this, but I am a pretty avid collector. So I have plenty of PlayStation games here, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. Down here, I've got PlayStation 3 games, PlayStation 2 games under that. I've got Xbox 360, Nintendo Switch, a multitude of handheld consoles that I collect for. So I'm big into physical media. I want to fully own my games. I don't really ever purchase games digitally. I've received a few gifts from friends that have been digital games, or back in college I maybe bought a few games digitally, but I really don't buy games digitally at all. I'm really a console gamer at heart too. I don't play on PC. I don't even have like a gaming PC. I just have a laptop, a pretty crappy one at that, so it can't even run games really. So Steam really isn't even in the cards for me right now. So it stinks, moving forward, just thinking about the future of not being able to go to the store and buy the newest releases in a physical version, to be able to put on my shelf and look at and be able to pop in my PlayStation and, own that game and be able to pop it in even if I don't have internet connection. And that is a huge part about owning your games physically, as you guys know. Now, one thing that I want you guys to think about, and one thing I want you guys to remember, and that this is the thing that I'm going to try and keep reminding myself, is that collecting is not dead. Physical video games are not dead per se. Now, I know that all the new releases, starting January 2028, the new releases will not be physical, which absolutely stinks, man. But here's the caveat, and here's what I want you guys to remember, is that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of video games that are already out and that are physical and that you can go buy at a game store, online, and have a physical copy that you can put on a shelf that you 100% own, and you can put in your console and play. Especially if you're talking retro consoles, or even if you're talking PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, you know, even a lot of PS4 and PS5 games. So in that sense, you know, there are more games out there for you to still collect, more games than you can play in your entire lifetime. Thousands and thousands and thousands of video games, more than you can ever play. Even if you play 24/7, 24/7, every day, all day straight. That means you didn't sleep at all. You would still not be able to play every single game out there for all the consoles that you can collect physical games for. So that is a positive thing. That is a good thing about this situation. You know, even though that's relevant right now before, you know, PlayStation ends this in January of 2028, even though it's still relevant right now, I think that it's a good thing to just think about and saying, you know what, if you're an avid collector, if you like collecting video games, if you like physical media, still choose to support those developers that you like. Still choose to support the consoles and generations and, you know, games that you guys like, and share them online. If you're content creators, share them. That is, I think, one of the best ways you can kind of go about this. Still love the hobby just the same, even though if you might not be able to get the new releases physical, which again, it stinks, it sucks, and there's nothing we can do about it. So the only thing we can do about it is try and think about it in a positive light. And that is my whole reason for making this video, man, because I know there's a lot of like doom and gloom on the internet right now, and it does stink. Like, there's no way around it. It's gonna sting for a while, but I hope that you guys don't just hold on to that, and that you can, you know, think about these other ways to still enjoy physical media, and that there is still so many games to collect. Like, this is just one shelf of video games. I can surround this whole entire room with video games, and there will still be thousands of physical video games that I don't own, and that I could still try and play and try and collect. Like, it's really never ending if you think about it in that sense. So is physical collecting over with and dead forever? I don't think so, not in my opinion. You know, for new releases, it might be starting 2028. But in terms of out of all the video games out there in history, there's so much good to be had, so much fun to be had, so much good to play, so many games to collect. So this channel's not going anywhere. I hope you guys know that. If you guys are not subscribed, check out the rest of my channel, man. I'd really appreciate you guys subscribing. If you do enjoy any of the content that you guys see, just consider it. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the support on the channel so far. I would love to know your thoughts on this topic, man. Like I said, yeah, there's really no way around it. It stinks, but, you know, try and think about it in a positive light if you can, man. It's tough. It's hard. It's tough news. I think Nintendo, like I said, is doing the best really right now in terms of if you're talking about the console wars, whatever. I don't even talk about that kind of stuff. But if you're talking about PlayStation versus Xbox versus Nintendo, right now Nintendo's kind of leading the way in terms of they still have games fully on cart. So yep, enjoy your last year, year of 2027 collecting PlayStation games. For those that do release, I think that there's going to be a lot less fully physical releases moving forward. So be on the lookout for that. And if you really want, you know, fully physical, maybe get a Switch, a Nintendo Switch 2. I do not own one yet, but is it in the cards for me in the future? Probably, because I still have a lot of games that I want to play. I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. I want to play Star Fox. Anyways, that's just a tangent. But yeah, this one's tough, man. This one stings. So it stinks making this video, but I hope you guys enjoy it nonetheless. Again, I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know of any, you know, topics or video ideas that you guys want me to cover as well moving forward. I'll always take that into consideration. So I appreciate you guys. Try and keep your head up. Let me know if you know, my idea of thinking about this resonates with any of you guys. You know, if it harshens the blow just a little bit, which I hope it does, because it kind of did once this news dropped when I was at work. So it happened, you know, it dropped while I was at work. I couldn't make a video on it right away, but I'm actually happy because I was able to sit with my thoughts and kind of think about it for a while and think about a positive way to think about it, if that makes sense. So Yeah, this one stings, man, but I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Try and keep your head up. Peace.